Shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahabar Kadash. The honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of faith who follow. So I know we've all seen bits and pieces of this video by now. This is the video where he infamously says that Chris Rock should commit adultery with Will Smith's wife. But we're actually not diving in that subject, as you can see from the title. He also went off about the first death and the second death. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, we are going to correct that. And Lord's will, this is going to be an edifying video. Let's jump right into it.
Continue. Oh God. And all liars. Read that again. And all liars. You better think about that. All liars. Every preacher is going into the lake of fire. Tons of people who love to lie and think a lying is just a good tool to get what you want. You're going into the lake of fire. Skip that for time's sake. Did that answer your question?
Oh, God.
You know what the whole first death and second death is? You good with that?
Breaking on the second death.
The second death is what you get if you don't go through first death, right? If you're unwilling to go through the first death, then you're going through the second death. What's the second death? I'm sorry, what's the first death?
Becoming a new man.
Becoming a new man. Killing your old man. Give him a hand.
And that's incorrect. So what they're saying is that the first death is you dying to the world, and then the second death is the lake of fire. Okay? Which the second death is the lake of fire, is the thermonuclear destruction, but we're going to get into all of that. First thing I want to do, I want to jump into 2 Peter chapter 3, because it's going to break down what the first and the second death is. Okay? I'll start at verse 3. 2 Peter 3 and 3, the points around 6, 7, but we're going to start at 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? All right, we deal with that. We deal with this issue. People coming and going, scoffing, having whatever they have to say, people driving by, throwing things, people, bucking up against the men of the Lord. It happened back then. It's happening in these days. It happened to Noah. It happened to every other prophet who prophesied in the scriptures. So we're no better than them. It says, in saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. So, people, well, when Yahushua is not coming back, or not in my life, or, people say what they want, but it says the fathers fell asleep. So we've been torn apart from our heritage. Okay? But this has been going on for a while. It says, for this they are willingly ignorant of, that by the word of the power of heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. What's that speaking about? Speaking about Noah and the ark. Okay? This is the first death. Let's scripture real quick. So this is Genesis chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great. Same as in these times, the wickedness of man is great. Okay, so there has to be something drastically done. Right? It says was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And that's Esau today. The imaginations of his heart is only evil continually. That's why the scripture says that if he was to keep going, roughly paraphrasing, there would be none left. There would be the elect couldn't survive this man. Okay, so he has to shorten the time. He's shortening the time for the elect's sake. Okay. Moving on to verse 6, it says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him in his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the earth, for it repenteth me that I had made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Right. So there's an elect. There's someone that found grace in the eyes of the Lord. As in these times where the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3 are finding grace in the eyes of the Most High. That's actually what we're being saved by. We're being saved by grace. Noah found grace in the Most High's eye. We're finding grace in the Most High's eye. It's not a coincidence. All right, moving on. It says, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with the Most High. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. Same as in these times. You have nuclear wars. You have all kinds of, uproars of the people. You have unjust laws being made, homosexuality. It's bonkers these days. And, you can imagine how it was back then. Probably similar, very similar, or, nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. So whatever they're doing today, they were doing back then. Okay? It says, and the Most High looked upon earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them. I will destroy them with the earth. So that's when he for verse 14, make thee an ark of gopher wood, room shall thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. So Noah made the ark, and him and his family were saved. His 3 sons, his wife, and the wives of his 3 sons. Those 8 people, those 8 souls were saved from the first death, because everyone else in the world died. That's why it's called the first death. Okay, so let's jump to Genesis 9. Genesis 9, and I'll start at 11. It says, and I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all the flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. Right, so he said, I'm not going to flood the earth to destroy all the creatures again. Okay, and the Most High said, this is the covenant, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generation. So forever and ever and ever. Okay, I do set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. That's why when it rains, as it first rained with Noah, you had a rainbow come out. Okay, the rainbow is a signal that the Most High is never going to flood the earth again to kill everyone. He never said he wasn't going to kill a lot of people. He said that he wouldn't use the water to do it. Water is what? A cleansing agent. You take a shower, right? You get in the bath, right? And you clean yourself. So he cleaned the earth with water. But what else is a cleaning agent? Fire. So the first death was water. The second is going to be by fire. It's going to cleanse this earth of the wicked. It's going to cleanse this earth of 2/3 of the niggas of our nation. Okay? It's going to cleanse the earth of America and all its wicked deeds. All right? It's really going to be a game changer. Okay, as they say. So let's get back into Peter's. This is Peter's 3:7. It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So this world that we know in today is reserved unto fire. Like I said, another cleansing agent. When you have a precious metal, okay, you just dug it out of the earth, and it has all that dross and all the different minerals that are mixed in with it. What do? You put it in the fire, you melt off the impurities, and then what? You have a solid gold or a solid silver. You have pure. It's pure. So all the inferior metals, so to speak, all the inferior people will be burnt off, and you'll have a pure people make it out of this. Okay, so let's go to Revelation. All right, it's not gonna be a long video. It doesn't have to be a long video because it's an easy breakdown. Okay, this is Revelation 20:6. It says, "Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection." Okay, on such the second death have no power. What's the first resurrection? The first resurrection is being beamed up and caught up into the chariots, which that's going to take place as the second death is occurring. That's why it says it have on such a second death has no power. Right, the second death is going to have power on the people who are being resurrected in the first resurrection, because, like I said, that fire, the nuclear missiles are going to be coming down, and the righteous will be beamed up into the chariots. And that second death is not going to have any effect on those individuals, on the elect. We're the hopeful elect now, but when that day comes, that's when we'll know who the elect is, because they'll be beamed up into the chariots. Okay, the second death, which is the lake of fire, which is America, 3,000 miles square feet, okay, or square miles, from Los Angeles to Maine, from Seattle to Miami, all on fire. That is the second death. Okay, it says, "But they shall be priests of the Most High and of Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years." Okay, that's speaking about the kingdom. It's not talking about what did they say? Oh my God, they're talking about, you gotta put off the old man, and that's the first death. And once you die, then the second death is what you get if you don't do the first death. Well, yeah, if you don't put off the old man and come into the truth, yeah, you will, quote, die in the second death. But the first death happened way long ago, in the time of Noah. Okay, and this is not hard to understand. It's just, further proof that the Most High is not working with these guys. Okay, Revelation 20:14, it says, "And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death." Okay, so this is speaking of, like I said, you can picture America at a bird's eye view on fire, because when this was written, okay, John the Revelator seen America on fire, like I said, shore to shore, and you can see the oceans or whatnot around you. You got to extrapolate, and it looked like a lake that was on fire. So that's what he used, the words how he described it was a lake of fire. All right, speaking about the thermonuclear destruction that is shortly to come upon America, and other places around the world, but mainly here in America. The righteous will be saved out of it, being saved from that second death. Again, to recap, the first death is not putting off the old man. The first death was Noah in the ark, where everyone in the world died except those people who received salvation, Noah and his family. And the second death is the thermonuclear destruction that is shortly to come upon this earth, and those who are the elect, who also have found grace in the eyes of the Most High, will be saved out of that. So with that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahawah Karkadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and confusion of faith who follow. Shalom.